So Tom, Jim Bakker, this is from Right Wing Watch, and it's only 50 seconds. I'm going to play it all, and then we can talk about it.
This global warming business is anti-God. If you don't believe God can run things, he created this world. And a lot of people, here's what God spoke to me. I'm going to show you something I've never shared before, I don't think. But God spoke to me that a lot of people are not going to accept the signs, listen to me, of the second coming, that the rapture's near, because they're going to call it global warming problems. They're going to say earthquakes are global warming. No, God has given that thousands of years ago. It was in his word. These are the signs.
All right. So, Tom, this is exactly why we should never, ever, ever let anyone religious be in charge of anything, period.
Yes, right.
This is the reason.
Yeah, man. They don't believe the world works the way the world works. They don't believe in a mechanistic view and a physically true and chemically true view of the actual earth.
No.
They believe in an earth ruled by magic.
Yeah.
And that's what holds it all together. It's like if you're like trying to go fracking and you're like fracking, but it's turtles all the way down. Like, what the fuck?
Those turtles are gassy. They are gassy little turtles. My goodness.
Can we also talk about just Jim Bakker for a minute, just as Jim? Because in that clip, he's getting old and like ornery, and he's getting to that like special age that some men get to where they just start arguing with themselves when they're talking. You know what I'm talking about?
I can't wait to get there, man. I'm gonna be so ornery. It's gonna be the best.
You are gonna be a wonderfully ornery old man. I can't wait.
One of the grumpiest old men you've ever met in your entire life. I cannot wait.
That clip, Jim Bakker was like, I'm going to tell you. Nobody's arguing with you, Jim. You've got the mic, man. It's yours. I think it's called the fucking Jim Bakker Show.
He's going to take a swing at himself in a second.
Right. It's like,
he's going to grab himself. Who
Counterpoint.
do you think you're talking to?
Stop hitting myself. Oh,
gosh. You know, Jim, the problem is that, you know, you're absolutely right. These religious people, they see the world as if it's unmarrable, that there's nothing can happen to it. You can't do anything to it. God is 100% in control. And, you know, this guy is less religious than some people in Congress. This guy's less religious than some people in the Senate. So, you know, this is a guy who terrifies me, but there's people in power that believe these things. They think these things are true. And so this is a dangerous thing to think. And, you know, we were talking about a couple weeks ago, when we were talking about, you know, global warming and how quickly we need to act and how we should be constantly trying to move forward towards some kind of solution. But, you know, any of these people, these are all just like, they're like drags. They're like parachutes that are slowing everything down, always trying to like slow the conversation down. And that's what conservatism is, right? It's slowing everything down to stop it to be where it is now. We want to keep this stasis that we're in. And we can't afford stuff like this. You can't afford somebody like this to be influential. And you can't afford somebody who is in an influential position to have the same thoughts as Jim Bakker. You just can't afford it anymore.
Yeah, that's a great point, because like what people I think some people are coming to realize and some other people are crucially failing to realize is that not solving the problem in time doesn't delay the solution.
Yeah.
What it does is it makes a solution impossible.
Yeah.
The science is fairly certain here, and unless they're wrong in some really deep and important ways, which is possible, but so far they've only been wrong in the opposite way. You know, it's only been worse than anticipated, not better.
It's been less.
Right?
It's been less in their minds. They're like, oh, it's going to be like 40 years, and then it's 2 years later, and they're like, we made a mistake.
There's a tipping point after which there's no fixing the problem anymore. it is possible to delay this solution to the point where solutions are no longer viable.
Right.
Where you cannot fix the fucking problem. These guys are not just slowing the train, they may be derailing it forever.
You're absolutely right.
They may be making it impossible to fix.
You're absolutely right.
And like, I want to return to that idea that like, oh, well, you know, God's in charge. And so why should we pretend that we have any ability to change the earth because God's in charge? Then why do anything? Why open your eyes in the morning?
Yeah.
Why make any single fucking decision? Why, literally, if you believe in fate.
Yeah, right.
If you believe that everything is fucking predestined, then if you choose to lay in bed and never fucking move again, that's what fate said you were going to do.
Yeah.
Like, it is all nonsense. Like, that is a nonsense. Fate is such a fucking nonsense worldview. It is so impossible to reconcile with any concept at all, even approaching decision-making, free will, autonomy of self, like self-directed activity. You, like, literally, I don't understand how you can believe in fate and decide why would you decide you wanted to buy baby back ribs today instead of a hamburger? It doesn't matter. You were always going to pick what you picked.
I'm not sure that they believe it so much as they use it as a conversation ender.
Yes.
I think the reason why they say it isn't because they believe in this stuff. I think it's more like, just ask your father when he gets home, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, it's kicking the can down the road so they don't have to bother with this conversation at all. They can basically shut the conversation down 100% without ever thinking about it.
Yeah, man. And they only believe in the, like, perfection of God's plan and fate and all of that stupid bullshit for idiots. They only believe that stuff when it suits their purposes.
Sure.
They are all full of vim and vigor and action and excitement when it comes time to do other things they want to do.
Yeah.
Right? And they ask you to take action when it comes time to, like, pledge your fucking money. Right? Oh, you got what?
Yeah,
you know what you got to do? God helps those who help themselves. Donate some fucking money to the Jim Bakker fucking stupid slop bucket hour.
That phrase, though, the slop bucket hour. That phrase, though, God helps those who help themselves, is literally only for donations. That's only used for donations. It's never used in any other place. They don't bother to use it anywhere else.
You know,
because if you helped yourself, you wouldn't need me, man.
Right.
You know?
Like, hey, Cecil, I'll help you mow your lawn as long as you mow your lawn.
As long as you do all the work.
What is that even? What even is that?
It's like having a podcast with somebody and they don't put any work in.
Next story. Next story. Outrageous. You must be talking about Ian. All right. This story is Christian.